You woke up today, that's a gift. Don't take it for granted. Life didn't promise you tomorrow, and it sure didn't promise to reset itself for you, but you can. Every second you're alive is another chance to start over. Maybe you're tired, maybe you're stuck, maybe you're just drifting through life. I'm here to tell you you've been given a reset button. It's time to press it. Recognizing your starting point is one of the most challenging but necessary steps you will ever take when it comes to resetting your life. It demands brutal honesty. It requires you to pause, look in the mirror, and see yourself for who you really are. Not who you pretend to be or who you hope others think you are. It's not about shame or blame, it's about acknowledgement. Because until you know exactly where you stand, you cannot plot a new path forward. A GPS is useless if it doesn't know your starting location. The same goes for your life. You cannot reset if you're in denial about where you are. For many, facing this reality feels uncomfortable. It's easier to look away, easier to bury yourself in distractions, to drown in entertainment, to keep moving so you never have to stop and face the truth. But here's the thing, pretending doesn't make progress. You can't outrun your circumstances or outhide your struggles. Wherever you go, there you are. If you've been failing, admit it. If you're unhappy, say it out loud. If you've been wasting time, own up to it. Recognizing your starting point doesn't mean beating yourself up, it means giving yourself clarity. Clarity is power. Once you see the full picture of where you are, your habits, your relationships, your mindset, and your lifestyle, you can begin to take ownership of it. Ownership is a word most people avoid because it forces them to stop pointing fingers. But let me tell you something, as long as you blame your parents, your boss, your friends, your circumstances, or your past, you give away your power. The moment you take responsibility for where you are, even the parts you didn't cause, you take back control. You reclaim the ability to change. And no, recognizing your starting point doesn't mean everything is your fault. Life can be unfair. You might have been hurt, rejected, or wronged. But those setbacks don't have to define you. They are just part of your story, not the end of it. Acknowledging where you are is not about saying, I deserve this. It's about saying, this is my reality, but I'm not staying here. I'm not settling for this version of myself. You can't fix what you won't face. Whether you're financially unstable, emotionally drained, physically out of shape, or spiritually lost, face it. Shine a light on it. Because the darkness only has power when you refuse to see it. Taking this step is freeing. It's like setting down a heavy load you've been carrying without even realizing it. Pretending everything is fine takes energy. Lying to yourself takes energy. But when you finally admit the truth, you create space for change. You create room for hope. You give yourself permission to move forward. Because no matter how far off track you are, the moment you recognize where you're standing, you can begin to turn things around. You can decide that this is not the end, just the starting line. This isn't weakness, it's strength, it's courage, it's power. So stop hiding from your starting point. Own it, face it. Because the second you do, you give yourself a chance to build something new. And that's where the reset begins. The power of choice is one of the greatest gifts you have, yet it's often overlooked or underestimated. Every single day you are faced with decisions, some small, some life-changing, that determine the direction of your life. The truth is, where you are right now is the result of the choices you've made up to this point. Your habits, your relationships, your career, your mindset, these are all shaped by the decisions you've chosen to make, or sometimes chosen to avoid. And while you can't go back and change the past, you do have the power to change your future with the choices you make starting right now. It's easy to feel like life is happening to you as if you're a victim of your circumstances, but the reality is you are never truly powerless unless you decide to be. Your power lies in the ability to choose how you respond to everything life throws your way. You can't always control what happens around you, but you can control your reaction. You can choose whether to stay stuck in anger, disappointment, and failure, or whether to stand up, dust yourself off, and take one step forward. You can choose to let pain defeat you or let it strengthen you. It's your choice. When you truly understand the power of your decisions, you stop waiting for someone or something else to change your life. You stop saying, I'll do it tomorrow, because you realize that procrastination is a choice, and so is action. You stop saying, I can't help it, because you recognize that even in moments of weakness, you are choosing how you respond. You stop settling for less than you deserve, because you understand that accepting mediocrity is also a choice. The life you want is not a matter of luck or magic. It's a matter of decision. Your choices are the building blocks of your destiny. But with great power comes great responsibility. The choices you make today can either elevate you or bury you. That's the reality. If you choose to keep repeating bad habits, you will live the consequences. If you choose to let fear hold you back, you will stay stuck. If you choose comfort over growth, you will never reach your potential. But if you decide to change even in the smallest way, you set a new path in motion. It may not happen overnight, but one choice can trigger a ripple effect. You wake up earlier and you gain more time. You choose to read a book instead of scrolling and your mind begins to grow. You decide to exercise and your body begins to transform. No one can make these decisions for you. That's where your power lies. You are in control. And that's the beautiful thing. Your life doesn't have to stay the same. If you don't like where you are, you can make different choices starting today. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect conditions. All you need is to decide. Because the moment you make a decision, no matter how small, you take control of your life. Your next decision holds power. Will you let it move you closer to your dreams, or will you let it hold you back? That choice, my friend, is yours. And once you realize that you are the one steering the ship, you'll understand that you're not stuck. You've simply been waiting to take the wheel. Decide today to choose better, to choose growth, to choose courage. Because your life is not shaped by chance, it is shaped by choice, and that power belongs to you. Removing the distractions in your life is one of the hardest but most rewarding things you can do. Distractions are everywhere. They're in your phone, your relationships, your habits, and even in your own mind. They sneak in quietly, disguised as entertainment, comfort, or even harmless activities, but over time they steal your focus, your time, and your potential. If you want to move forward, if you want to reset your life, you need to identify what's holding you back and have the courage to cut it loose. Distractions don't always look obvious. It's not just scrolling endlessly through social media or binge watching shows. Sometimes it's the people around you, friends who don't believe in you, relationships that drain your energy, or environments that keep you stuck. It's that habit of procrastination, of saying, I'll do it tomorrow, when you know you should start today. It's the toxic thoughts in your head telling you you're not good enough, you're too late, or you're destined to fail. These distractions are subtle, but they are dangerous because they rob you of your focus. They rob you of the discipline you need to make progress. When you allow distractions to take up space in your life, you sacrifice your goals, your vision, and your time. Time is the most valuable thing you have, and every moment you give away to distractions is a moment you can't get back. The truth is, success requires focus, and focus requires sacrifice. You cannot do it all. You cannot entertain every distraction and still expect to reach your destination. You have to make a choice. What do you want more? The comfort of distractions or the reward of progress? To eliminate distractions, you need to be honest with yourself. Ask yourself, what is holding me back? What habits, people, or mindsets are pulling you away from what matters most? It could be the constant need for validation from others. It could be that toxic friendship you keep holding on to because you don't want to be alone. It could be spending hours on entertainment instead of investing in your growth. Whatever it is, you need to see it clearly and then decide to let it go. Letting go is not always easy, but it is necessary. You might feel resistance at first. Cutting out distractions means stepping out of your comfort zone, and comfort can feel like home. But comfort is a trap. The growth you seek doesn't exist in comfort. It exists in discipline, in clarity, and in focus. Removing distractions allows you to see your life clearly, to set priorities, and to give your energy to what truly matters. When you clear out what no longer serves you, You create space for the things that do. Don't underestimate the power of small changes. Start by turning off notifications, limiting screen time, or cutting back on unproductive habits. Distance yourself from people who drain you instead of supporting you. Replace distractions with actions that push you forward, reading, learning, working, or improving. Slowly, you'll notice a shift. You'll find yourself more focused, more intentional, and more in control. At the end of the day, distractions are a choice. You can choose to give in to them, or you can choose to eliminate them. Your future depends on your ability to focus, and focus comes from removing what holds you back. The question is, are you willing to let go of the noise to make room for the life you truly want? If you are, you'll discover just how powerful you can be when your energy is no longer wasted but directed toward your purpose. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the quiet force that transforms dreams into reality, turning intentions into results. While motivation might get you started, discipline is what keeps you going when the excitement fades and the work gets hard. It's not about grand, overwhelming gestures. It's about small, consistent daily actions that compound over time to create big changes in your life. The key is understanding that discipline isn't punishment. It's an investment in yourself, a commitment to becoming who you say you want to be. Most people wait to feel ready before they act. They wait for motivation, for the perfect moment, for some burst of inspiration to drive them forward. But here's the truth: you will not always feel like doing the work. There will be days when you're tired, unmotivated, and uninspired. Discipline doesn't ask how you feel, it demands that you show up anyway. Success doesn't come from doing what's easy, it comes from doing what's necessary, even when it's uncomfortable. The small actions you take when no one is watching, when no one is applauding, are what build the foundation of your success. Discipline starts with a decision, choosing what you want most over what you want right now. It's waking up early when you'd rather stay in bed. It's working out when the couch is calling your name. It's putting in the effort to learn, to grow, to improve, even when distractions pull at you from every direction. These daily sacrifices may feel small, but over time they add up. One day turns into a week turns into a month becomes a year. Suddenly, those seemingly insignificant actions have created massive results. That's the power of discipline. Small steps taken consistently lead to transformation. Think of discipline like planting seeds. Each action, every workout, every hour of study, every good decision is a seed in the ground. At first, it feels like nothing is happening. The ground looks the same, and you question whether your efforts are even worth it. But if you keep watering those seeds with consistency, eventually something happens. Growth begins. Change appears. Discipline teaches you patience because it forces you to trust the process even when you don't see immediate results. The people who succeed are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They're the ones who keep showing up. Discipline is freedom. It frees you from regret, from excuses, and from feeling stuck. Without it, life becomes reactive. You live on autopilot, always responding to circumstances instead of creating them. With discipline, you take control. You decide how you spend your time, where you put your energy, and what you allow into your life. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence. You won't always get it right, and that's okay. The power lies in your ability to get back up, to keep moving forward, and to choose discipline again and again. At its core, discipline is a choice. It's a promise you make to yourself, one that says, I will keep going no matter what. You don't have to take giant leaps every day. Just take one small step, and then another. Over time, those steps will lead you to places you never thought possible. The big changes you dream of are built on the small, daily actions you commit to today. Remember, success is never owned, it's rented. And the rent is due every single day. Rebuilding your mindset is where true change begins. Before anything in your life shifts, it must first shift in your mind. The way you think determines the way you live. And until you reset your mindset, you'll continue to experience the same struggles, the same limitations, and the same cycles that have held you back. Your mindset is the blueprint for your life. If that blueprint is filled with doubt, fear, negativity, and excuses, then your life will reflect that. But if you rebuild your mind with strength, possibility, and belief, then you'll create a life that matches that vision. The truth is, most of us are conditioned by our past experiences, our environments, and the people around us. Without realizing it, we adopt limiting beliefs that shape our actions and decisions. You tell yourself, I can't do that, or I'm not good enough, or this is just the way I am. These thoughts become invisible chains that keep you stuck in the same place. But here's the truth, your thoughts are not facts, and you have the power to change them. The moment you decide to rebuild your mindset is the moment you give yourself permission to live differently. Rebuilding your mindset starts with awareness. You have to recognize the thoughts that are holding you back. Pay attention to the inner dialogue running through your mind every day. Are you speaking life into yourself, or are you tearing yourself down? Are you focusing on possibilities, or are you fixated on limitations? Your mind is like fertile soil. It will grow whatever you plant in it. If you plant seeds of doubt and negativity, you'll harvest failure and frustration. But if you plant seeds of confidence, resilience, and determination, you'll harvest growth and success. Once you recognize those limiting thoughts, you must replace them with new ones. This isn't about ignoring reality, it's about shifting your focus. Instead of saying, I can't, say, I can figure this out. Instead of saying, I'm stuck, say, I'm capable of finding a way forward. Speak to yourself the way you would encourage a friend, kindly, firmly, and with belief. Over time, these new thoughts will take root and begin to reshape how you see yourself and the world around you. But rebuilding your mindset isn't just about positive thinking, it's about action. What you believe will influence what you do. If you believe you can improve, you'll put in the work. If you believe you're capable of change, you'll take the necessary steps. Your mindset is the foundation, but your actions are what bring it to life. As you challenge your old beliefs and prove to yourself what's possible, your mindset will continue to strengthen. You'll begin to trust yourself. You'll begin to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. Resetting your life begins in the mind because your thoughts shape your reality. When you rebuild your mindset, you stop seeing yourself as a victim of your circumstances and start seeing yourself as the creator of your future. You gain clarity, you gain confidence, and you gain control. The life you want begins with how you think, so choose to think in a way that empowers you. Train your mind and your life will follow. Acting now, not tomorrow, is the difference between staying where you are and becoming who you want to be. Too many people fall into the trap of, I'll start tomorrow. They convince themselves that they need the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect conditions to begin. But the truth is, tomorrow is not promised, and waiting for the right time is just another excuse. The time for change is not tomorrow, next week, or next year, it's today. Because today is the only time you can control. The future is uncertain, and the past is gone, but this moment right here is your opportunity to take action. Every day you wait, you lose time you can never get back. Time is the one thing you can't buy, pause, or rewind. It doesn't care about your excuses. It keeps moving, whether you're ready or not. The longer you delay, the further you drift from your goals, your dreams, and the person you know you can become. If you've been thinking about starting something, whether it's improving your health, chasing a dream, fixing a relationship, or changing your mindset, stop waiting. Start now. Start small if you have to, but start. Action creates momentum, and momentum leads to progress. The truth is, tomorrow is comfortable. It gives you the illusion of control because you feel like you're making a decision by saying, I'll do it later, but procrastination is just fear in disguise. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, or even fear of success can keep you stuck in the cycle of waiting. But let me ask you, how many tomorrows have you wasted? How many opportunities have you missed because you kept putting them off? At some point, you have to decide that your goals are more important than your fears, and that moment is today. Starting now doesn't mean you need to have everything figured out. It doesn't mean you need to take giant leaps all at once. It simply means taking one step in the right direction. If you want to get healthy, don't wait until Monday. Start by drinking more water or going for a walk today. If you want to change careers, don't wait until you feel completely prepared. Update your resume or make a plan today. Small actions taken consistently add up over time. What seems insignificant now will make all the difference later. The key is to stop hesitating and just begin. When you act now, you send a message to yourself that your goals matter. You break the habit of procrastination and start building a habit of action. This habit will serve you for the rest of your life, because the people who succeed are not the ones who wait for the perfect moment, they're the ones who take action, even when it's messy, uncomfortable, or uncertain. The truth is, time waits for no one. Life will not pause for you to get ready. If you don't take control of your time, it will slip away, leaving you with regret. Don't let that happen. Decide that today is the day you stop talking and start doing. No more waiting, no more excuses. The life you want isn't out of reach. It's just on the other side of action, and that action begins now. The journey to reset your life begins with a single decision, a choice to let go of what's holding you back and step into a better version of yourself. It doesn't require perfection, nor does it demand that you have everything figured out. It simply asks us that you take responsibility for your life and commit to moving forward, one step at a time. Every reset starts with recognizing where you are, owning your mistakes, and understanding that your current circumstances don't define you. You have the power to rebuild, to grow, and to transform. That power lies within your mindset, your choices, and the daily actions you decide to take. Change isn't some magical event that happens overnight. It's built through discipline, through small, consistent actions that over time create massive results. You won't always feel motivated, but motivation isn't what carries you, discipline is. It's waking up every day and doing what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. It's showing up when no one is watching, when no one is cheering you on, and when progress feels invisible. Discipline becomes the foundation on which you rebuild your life. It reminds you that the power to improve is always within your control. But resetting your life doesn't just happen through external action, it begins internally. In your mindset is the compass that directs your life. If you want to see real change, you must first rebuild your thoughts. Eliminate the negativity, the doubt, and the limiting beliefs that hold you hostage. Replace them with thoughts that empower you, words that strengthen you, and a vision that inspires you. Your mind shapes your reality. When you train it to focus on growth, possibility, and resilience, your life will begin to reflect that focus. Everything starts in your mind before it shows in your life. Along the way, you'll need to remove the distractions that pull you off course. Whether it's toxic relationships, bad habits, or mindless activities that steal your time, distractions will always try to derail you. But you have the choice to let them go. Your focus is precious, and if you want to reset your life, you must protect it. Cut out the noise. Prioritize the things that truly matter. When you do, you'll find clarity, purpose, and a renewed sense of direction. Most importantly, you must act now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready. Tomorrow is not guaranteed, and waiting will only keep you stuck. The time for change is today. Stop overthinking, stop making excuses, and start taking action no matter how small. Progress isn't about giant leaps, it's about showing up consistently and making small steps forward every single day. The power to transform your life lies in your hands, but you must seize it now. This is your moment to reset. To rebuild your mindset, embrace discipline, eliminate distractions, and make better choices. It won't be easy, and it won't always be comfortable, but it will be worth it. The life you want, the future you deserve, begins with the decisions you make today. So stand up, take control, and choose to act. You have everything you need within you to succeed. Now is the time. Today is the day. Reset your life and step into your greatness. You're here for a reason. There's a fire in you, something the world hasn't seen yet. So stop settling. Stop hesitating. Press that reset button. Start over. Build again. And when it gets hard, you keep going. Because one day you're going to look back and thank yourself for resetting your life. It's time. Let's go thank you.